Hi Fioi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gianluca and today I want to see if this overdrive, which is $500 or not, is worth it, because I think that $500 is a fuckload amount of money. But first, two quick disclaimers. I'm going to demonstrate this pedal both on guitar and on bass, so if you're a bass player, check the timestamp below so you won't be annoyed with stupid guitar stuff, and same thing the other way around. Second of all, this is not a sponsored video, but the company sent me this pedal for free to test, but I wasn't paid, unfortunately, to say or do anything with it. So let's get down the spec first. So this is the Michelangelo Overdrive by Dophix, an Italian brand based in Florence, Tuscany. Don't get scared about all this feature, it's essentially a drive plus a boost. But let's concentrate first on the drive section alone. We have level gain, the tone was split in two with bass and highs, but the most powerful feature is, in my opinion, this switch. Let me focus it. It lets you decide between three different clipping modes: germanium, silicone and fat. Guys, this is fat as fuck. It sounds more like if I'm turning up the gain on an amp rather than an overdrive pedal. It sounds strange, but it will make sense. So let's demo it out with the Les Paul and a Strat really quickly. This is my clean sound, an emulation of a tweed at the age of breakup. I like the sound with a little bit of balls to it. So if I dig hard, it's crunch, but if I play soft. Pedal at 12 o'clock with the silicone mode. A little bit of a bump in the upper mid-range, now germanium. More boxy, but it has a really nice mid-range, not upper mid-range, if it does make sense. Perfect for solos. The perfect range for guitar, of course. And now the fat, which is more amp-like in my opinion. Really nice. Now I like to run my overdrive with the level always on full, and now I decide, how to dial in the gain. But still, with the level of full, the dynamic on this pedal is fucking amazing. Let's switch up really quickly with the Strat. It's not a real Strat, it's a Hondo H76 from the late 70s, early 80s. Basically, it's a Japanese Strat. I like it better because it's smaller than a Strat. I have a small hand because I'm a midget. I like it better. Clean sound, sorry. She's even higher output than my Les Paul, I love it. Really bright, really barky as a pedal, but not in an annoying way. Let's max out even the gain. This fat clipping mode really feels like an amp. I think that this can be used even as an amp in a box type pedal, like my Pinnacle, all these type of pedals. coming from here.
Nice.
The boost is a boost after the drive section, but it's really useful because it's independent. The boost is independent and stackable. So firstly, without the drive, so clean sound again. There's not that much bump in the volume because I'm in front of a already broken up amp. If it was in front of a really clean, almost the high sounding amp, it would be more noticeable. But because I'm in front of a already pushed, it's more like another overdrive, even though there's a little bit of a bump in the volume. And it's stackable, so drive again at 12 o'clock on the fat mode, which is my favorite. All the way up. And with this boost you can get really into some extreme setting, but really extreme. Combining with EQ you can get really convincing heavy metal type of tones from a Strat. It's extreme, it's everything on full. I want to test it with the Les Paul because she's less output but heavier than my Strat, of course. It lacks a little bit of that sustain from an high gain amp, but combining the drive and the boost like this, it's really fucking good. The pre function here is an added gain stage, like if I'm stacking another overdrive in front of the main drive. This is in front, not in post. But it's a little bit tricky though, to be completely honest, because you can have it always on when the drive side is engaged, or you can activate it only when you push even the boost button. So when you are engaging the boost, you will have the boost and even the sort of extra drive in front of the pedal. In my opinion, it would have been better with an external full switch or an expression pedal only for the pre, but it sounds good so far, so it doesn't bother that much. Now the pre, let's engage it on top of the drive first. So clean sound again. Pedal 12 o'clock, everything fat mode, which is my favorite. For real. Now the pre. Like having another beautiful overdrive in front. But the other function of the pre is that you can engage it like this when the drive is engaged, or when you engage the boost, so you will have both the boost and even the pre. I hope that makes sense. Sorry for my English, I'm from Italy. So without extreme flexibility. You can get it to sound with just a little bit of a push to it, like this. Or absolute filth, like this. It's a yes for me. Last but not least, the blend, which is unusual if you think about for overdrive, distortion and fuzz. It is more common in guitar pedal in modulation, like delay, reverb and chorus flanger, those type of stuff. Clean sound again. Pedal at 12 o'clock, only to drive. And now the blend at 50%. If you pay attention closely, you hear the clean attack and this other push saturated sound on the back that help you with the sustain. I will increase the gain so you will notice more. Four chords, in my opinion, is not the best option. Because you hear this quacky attack because of the clean sound. With this saturated mud, a little bit harsh even in the back, which is not blend perfectly. But for soft melodies, help you with the sustain. So I will demo this pedal even on bass now because of this blend feature right here. So if you're a bass player and you missed the specs, I highly recommend you to go back to the time step for all the specs, otherwise you won't understand shit. If you are a guitar player and you don't give a fuck about bass, timestamp for the conclusion, but it is really useful to know, especially for your production. So enough said, let's jump back into the demo. So I'm running my Yamaha BB434 inside of a Ampeg emulation with a Mesa cab, so something really clean, really standard with a pick because I'm not a real bass player. I use bass to record my content and maybe some gig to work a little bit more. So I won't go into such detail about this pedal. I want to show you a bunch of tones that you can get. So let's start at 12 o'clock to see when we can start. A gentle push, almost like those vintage records, maybe with a P. Really nice, just a little bit of saturation. Maybe you need this kind of sound to replicate those vintage records. like if you're using a real valve amp. But what I like to do with my bass sound, I start with a clean like this. What I like to do is stack in a little bit of overdrive to blend better with the guitar, so something like this. If you dig hard, it's a distorted bass sound, a really good distorted bass sound. Almost like Justin Chancellor. He is my go-to bass player, so I'm trying to sound like him, even though there's no chance. But maybe with a P, a little bit highs more, and a pick, it's like your standard rock rhythm tone. And with the boost I go into some more modern territory, but I don't like that dark glass vibe. I try to sound like if I'm cranking an amp on a guitar, because I'm a guitar player at the end of the day. You can get this type of sound if you want, so if you are a bass player, check this pedal out. Conclusion, does it worth $500? In my opinion, down to every penny. Simply because it sounds fucking amazing and it's super versatile. This can be your sound, especially if you play through a really clean amp, this can be your sound, even your amp if you want, okay? Then if you think about all the combination, the pre, the boost, without even mentioning the blend, it's like having 5-6 pedal, so less than $100 per pedal. Not so bad in my opinion. If you are a multi-instrumentalist or a producer like myself, this can be applied perfect on guitar because it's designed to work on guitar, but even on bass, as you saw. If you are a bass player though, check bass branded stuff because they are definitely better. But if you like it, don't be afraid to try guitar pedal. If you wanna see a trick to use guitar pedal because they are cheaper and almost the same sometimes, watch this video, okay? But then you are paying for quality and for people that have a strong vision about their sound. Italian artisans are the best in the world, so it is worth the money, from the construction to even the packaging. I want to take the opportunity to thank Dophix for giving me this pedal, because with TwoGuysOneAmp, my second channel, where we do much sillier kind of demo, we made a demo for all their collection. And also for my Italian follower here, I will be the demonstrator at the guitar show in Padova toward the end of May, maybe 20 and 21st or 21st and 22nd, something like that. I will be the demonstrator at the Dophix stand, and even other one. A little bit of a surprise. So if you want, come and say hi, you are more than welcome. My name is Gianluca, I'm a guitar player, singer and songwriter from Italy, and every week I explore sounds and boundaries of music in YouTube. So if you like this kind of shit, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support even more, there's a PayPal link for donation. And until next time, remember, you are lucky, my man.